Hi guys, it's me George, and today I'm going to be doing a book review on this lovely book here, the Spellbook of the Good Witch of Pendle, Reliable Magic for Success in All Circumstances by Joyce Froome. And for those of you who don't know who Joyce Froome is, I'm going to speak about her a little bit towards the end of this video. It's only going to be a short and sweet video because the book is short and it is sweet, and that's what I love about this book. The back of this book reads, "Within these pages are my curses, potions and cures. Use them wisely, for they are powerful magic. Jeanette Device, Good Witch of Pendle." Those who practice magic often made notebooks. Based on surviving evidence, this unique volume is an imagining of a 17th century spellbook that might have been written by Lancashire witch Jeanette Device. It gives an intriguing and entertaining insight into our ancestors' traditional beliefs and is sure to bewitch all readers. This book was only like $7.99. I read it within 25 minutes. I read it very quickly, but I loved it, and I keep rereading it because I love it that much. But the idea of it is very, very sweet. The idea that this book is kind of a notebook written by Jeanette Device. It's very, it's quite romantic in that sense, and I love it. It's very sweet. I absolutely love this book because it includes old folk charms, like the famous Sator Square. There are all sorts of things in here. It also talks about working and using the mermaid's purse, which for those of you that don't know, I done a video on sea witchery. Well, I done 3 videos and it was in 3 parts, and I think it was on part 1, I'm not sure. And there's a very old folk belief that mermaid's purse, which are like egg sacs of sharks, were meant to be mermaids' purses, and that you would use it for financial magic and stuff like that. So there's that in there as well. There's loads of things here as well. There's spells here that I really enjoyed, in the sense of it made it quite relatable and practical, because there was some astrological magic here. So for instance, the square of the sun, and traditionally with squares of the sun and stuff like that, they're meant to be inscribed upon gold. But realistically, who has a sheet of gold to like inscribe, really, unless you're really well off. So yeah, but she says in this, you should write it upon paper. And I love that because it makes it so much more relatable. I love the spells and charms in here, in the sense that not all of them are fully, they're not, some of them have been modified and you can tell. And I like that because, excuse me, for me, it gives freedom, it gives room for creativity, and it gives room for freedom in adapting British folk magic and working it to suit your own needs. And I love that, because I feel like in my personal opinion, for me, I think one of the ways in which British folk magic will continue to live on is if we make it relatable to the now. And I like that this book gives room for creativity and room for freedom, and I absolutely love it. I also like the way she kind of sneakily puts in references there. So it's like Jeanette Device is right, and it's like, oh, and someone said in the Book of Egyptian Secrets that blah blah blah, and someone put this in Honoris, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was really sweet. I really loved it. And for those of you that don't know who Joyce Froome is, she is actually one of my favourite authors. And Joyce, if you are watching this, I just want to let you know that I really respect you as an author. She's written a book called Wicked Enchantments, which I can't remember when she wrote this book. It's called Wicked Enchantments, A History of the Pendle Witches and Their Magic. And this book is incredible, in the sense of, it's kind of like, right, here is loads of British folk magic and also some European magic. Here are some sources and references for them. And, here are the spells, here are charms and stuff like that. And I love that. There are also pictures in here of actors and people recreating these older spells and older charms. And some of the images are just gorgeous. I absolutely love them. I have a lot of people that are kind of like, how do I go, give me some good book recommendations for British folk magic or for folk witchcraft. And every time I go to this book, every time I say Wicked Enchantments, I convinced one of my good friends, she's also on YouTube, check her out, she's called Hoodoo Mama. Lisa, if you're watching, much love. But I convinced her to get this book, and I hope she isn't disappointed. I'd be very shocked if she was, because it's a fantastic book. It's referenced, it's good, you know where the spells that the author is talking about come from, and I feel like that's really important. Give credit where credit is due, and this book certainly does that. But yeah, Joyce Froome is like one of my favourite authors. So this book, this little book, I absolutely love it. It's sweet, it's cute, but it packs a punch, and that's what I really love about this book. As I said, you know, I love the way that the spells are modified within it, and it gives room for creativity and room for freedom, so that someone can alter spells and charms to fit their particular situations. And me, in my personal experience, I feel that's one of the reasons we can, that's one of the ways in which we can keep British folk magic alive and keep it going. So yeah, very short video, but it's a very small book. So it's my book review for Spellbook of the Good Witch of Pendle, Reliable Magic for Success in All Circumstances by Joyce Froome. Over and out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this book review. Peace.